Hello, and welcome to the B.A.S.S, Big and Small Screens. Today, today I'd like to talk to you about 13 Ghosts. Uh, this is a wonderful little horror movie that is a remake of an old one from William Castle, an effects rampant remake of the 1960 William Castle haunted house film. Uh, 13 Ghosts. William Castle was a movie director uh, back in the day that made lots of horror movies, and there was usually gimmicks at the theater. I remember reading about one of them that he had the seats wired in a theater to give a mild electric shock to the people sitting in them, because the movie that was showing was called The Tingler, and it was all about some like ghost or electric chair or something along those lines, and it would that's the thing. There was another one he did where there was a warning saying that if you have cardiac problems, you may not want to watch this movie. So he had an ambulance sitting out front of the theater on standby in case anybody watching the movie got so scared they had a heart attack. These are the sorts of gimmicks that he would do for his things. And this one is the remake based off of it, starring none other than Tony Shalhoub, uh, an actor that I am absolutely in love with everything he does, pretty much. Big fan of his Monk television series. There's also Embeth Davidtz, Matthew Lillard, Shannon Elizabeth, Rod Digga, and F. Murray Abraham. Um, and it's basically Tony Shalhoub's character. His wife passed away several years back, and his uncle, who is played, I can't remember exactly what his name is. It might be F. Murray Abraham, perhaps. I will I will double check. I will pop that actor's name up here so you can see know who I'm talking about. But this guy is playing Tony Shalhoub's character's David, I think it is. Where is it? Arthur. Arthur Kritikos. Um, that's who Tony Shalhoub is playing. And Arthur's uncle Cyrus ends up dying in capturing a ghost. Matthew Lillard is someone who worked for Cyrus and was helping him to capture this ghost. And because he dies from this, the house is then left to Arthur. And this house is this big, sprawling mansion of glass and steel with all kinds of weird designs and Latin writing all over the walls, like implanted in the glass. Because the entire house is designed to contain ghosts and utilize them in a very interesting fashion. And there's 13 ghosts locked up. I believe it's 13, or possibly only 12. I think the 13th ghost is a plot point. But there's a good dozen ghosts all locked up in here. And each one has its own little mythos behind it. And they're all kind of dangerous and creepy. And there's a gimmick of 3D glasses. Because the movie itself, I believe, was out in 3D. Because the characters in the movie have glasses that they can put on. There's these spirit glasses that allows them to see the ghosts, because otherwise they can't see the ghosts. So at one point when the character puts on the glasses, that's the audience's cue to put on their 3D glasses, because I think part of the movie was in 3D. It was a whole thing back then. But this is what happens. They get locked in to this particular mansion as the ghosts start getting released one by one, and an entire secret conspiracy is going on as to who's behind it, who's causing all this trouble, and things kind of generally wind down to a satisfying, I thought, conclusion. It's quite an interesting little show. I enjoyed it for what it was. It's really campy. but a delightful little horror movie in its own right. So if that sort of thing sounds like it might be up your alley, you might want to check out 13 Ghosts. Uh, so that's going to be it for this episode of The Base. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you like what I'm doing, give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised when I do new videos. And throw me a comment in the comment section. What do you think of 13 Ghosts? Do you know of any other movies like this one that you think I might be interested in? Throw those comments in the comment section. Let me know. I'd love to get a discussion going with people. And until next time, check out 13 Ghosts. You might like it. And I'll see you next time.